and with JJ and Joy. So I want to welcome you in tonight, and I'm going to be trying to use up some Temu papers because I have way too many. You know, that's the way it is. Okay, so I'm trying to find myself. It never fails. I always have to get off of YouTube, back on YouTube. Anyway, tonight I'm going to be making different things. I couldn't call any specific thing in the title because I'm not just making dangles. It could be there I am. I mean, I made this one into a dangle, but I decided to leave this one as is and add a little fabric behind it. And then on this one, I left it just flat. So there's, so far I've got 3 different ways of doing it. You can add a dangle if you choose to add a dangle later on, but more or less I had found that I was using, I have a lot of, when Temu first opened, there was a lot of like little page papers, and they just have a variety of stuff in here. So I was going to use that. And then a thought was, I also bought this cute little thing from Temu, which is like travel postcards. It has all these different postcards in here. Hey T, I had to leave because I had to go do stuff. Sorry. But anyway, these are already, nice and thick postcard stuff. So you could use these as well. You don't, or, those, I do have the bigger ones, they're like twice this size. But these are the ones that I decided to use. And of course, the Temu papers are not that thick, they're pretty thin. So I did take a piece of 120-pound cardstock. I think it's 120. It might be 80. I don't know. I didn't keep the topper thing. But I punched a 1.5-inch punch, and I just punched a bunch of little pieces here. And so what I did was I took the Temu paper, punched it, and then I punched those. And I've had these drying here because I want to do different things to them, and they weren't drying fast enough. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put jute, and I'm using this size jute. I don't know how many millimeters it is. It's not the thinnest and it's not the thickest. So I'm putting that around the edges first. Some of these I just placed on there to be pretty, and I'm going to think about that later. You know what I figured out tonight, just so I don't have... is I put a piece of press and seal on my glass mat so I don't have to worry about the yucky stuff. So let me move these out of the way. I'm going to work with this one. Now, what I did on this dangle here was, how the bad eyelets, they just like split. Hi, Tricia. They're split and they're really gnarly in the back and kind of sharp. Well, I just punched another one and put this over the top of it, and I'm not going to worry about it. Honestly, I should have done the backside. Didn't even think about it. But you can also stamp on those. No biggie. You can do whatever. So I'm using Fabri-Tac around the edges to add this. Hi, Diane. Welcome in. I'm going to be making different things with the Temu papers. So here, I guess I should put those in there. This is what I'm using for these anyway, this little thing. There's many different ones that we have that we want to use up to get rid of our Temu papers because gosh knows we've got enough of them. Okay, she's got to go tinkle. We'll let her go because she just got done with her life. Now, one thing, if you do want to make a dangle out of them that I learned, I thought, well, it'd be smart to put the beginning and the end up here at the top, but not smart because then this sits and rubs on it and it could rub it apart. So I suggest you put it somewhere else on there rather than at the top, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with it ripping, or not ripping, you know what I mean. Anyway, you may want to use glue, glue gun. I don't really care to use that because that could come off possibly with I don't know. It's not a slick surface, but probably not. So, you just do you. Use what you want. I'm just using Fabri-Tac. Found that it gives me time to do things, and then I play cleanup. And while I'm doing that, guys, I can't watch you. So I'm gonna do it like on the edge just to go around. It's pretty easy actually to get it to go around. And if you have too much, I just kind of starting from the, if you have a big glop, go from the inside and push it out is another little tip from me. And I did put press and seal down on my desk, so I didn't have to sit there, and it cleans up really nicely, I must add. Save myself some room here, get around the edge. Sorry, I can't pay attention to the chat while I'm gluing, because you know how it is. And then I'll put my stuff away. Hey, Connie and Sam. Welcome, welcome. And I'm kind of trying to cut these at an angle just because. Now, you know how Fabri-Tac will leave that extra little goo that you don't want. So if you get to it fast, see, I can just rub that up on the press and seal. Get your, whatever you call this thing that's pointy. Here it is. Just, uh-oh, something falling. Just get this and push it out to the edge. It hides really well underneath if you take care of it quick. So it'll hide underneath the jute. All right, now if you have, oops, sorry, hit y'all. If you have floppy edges on the edge of your thing, I'm sealing that up with a little, I'm topping them off with my, whatever this glue's called. I've been running, guys. I am so, like, trying to hang on for life here. I have so much to do. I got all my outside stuff done, though. Hey, Edwin. So press it down. Now, I did use, and make it, mold to it so it's not loppy-sided. That's using Fabri-Tac will give you that time that you don't have if you were using a glue gun. I like it, though. I like that. So, I was going to say I used something, but I don't know. I was going to say I used 3 layers. So I used the Temu paper, very thin, and then I used at least 2, like, I think these might, actually, I think they might be 80 pound instead of 120 pound or 110 pound, I mean. Anyway, use 3 of those at least, and then if you need to cover the back, I made that a 4th one. If it's, you can tell if it's sturdy enough. This one I only did 3 with. It's a little more bendy, but it has this to support it, so it's fine. And I think I put 4 on, well, this had this to support it. So it just depends what you're doing, whether or not and how much. So what's everybody up to? You guys, I've been running so hard and so fast all day. And I was just trying to find something, and I was still scrolling for something to do at 5:30, and I said, okay, we just need to do something here. So this is my fly-by-night yippee-yay stuff. So do what you want. You could make them like this and add this later or this later, depending on your project. So that's what I would do. That way you don't know if you need a dangle. So anyway, there's no need to ink the outside because you're covering, well, if you're a bad circle rounder, I guess, maybe, but you could cut it off if you're that bad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry at all. Okay, I'm gonna put my lid on this, tip it on its side to get it going for later. And I just went through my die cuts and was looking for something cute. So the plain ones, this one was so pretty by itself. I didn't think it needed anything. I did think about going in and adding, you could go in and add some glossy accents on the cherries. That might be pretty. I should do that. Or you can use these any old way, make them into bigger clusters, or gosh, there's a million ideas that you could do with these. But anyway, just play. Play, play, play. It's always fun to play. Now I feel like I'm getting a sore throat, and I better not be. So remember, I will not be here. I may not be here for I don't know when, but I'm going to try to be back as soon as I can. Now, keep in mind that you guys don't have to you can put these off like this, and then just cut that off. You do not have to do it. Hello, Naked Journal. Feel like I should get naked. No, just kidding. I wouldn't. No. Of course, I've been known to do it in chat when I'm sweating to death. I do turn off the screen so people can't see me, though. Ah, it's Viola. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I had forgotten that was your YouTube name. I'm glad you're here. I'm just playing with Temu stuff, just having fun. I have, now, if you guys need to see the thickness, I mean, I really don't know how big this is, but I can show you others that, see, it's not the thin stuff, it's the medium stuff, and it's not, I have yet, I think that might be the same, but there's thick stuff. So it's just kind of in between me and, but you do you. You can make these bigger. You don't have to, you don't have to make them 1.5 inch, but it is kind of nice. I would not put these. Sorry about my noisy husband if you guys hear him getting ice. Let me get that off of there. So don't think that you have to go, and you could have a bigger like butterfly and just add it like just the wing or something. But, my goodness. So what's everybody up to? Have you guys been crafting today? I've been dying to, but, I got a lot of work to do. Got a lot to do. I got all my outside stuff done. I got my Merry Christmas. I bought this big old Viola. When I was at the retreat, I went up there in Park Rapids to whatever shop it was, and I bought a huge Merry Christmas sign. Oh my goodness. You have no idea how big this thing is. And so I got it where it will mount on my house tonight. My honey helped me get it. And then, it's like removable until Christmas. It's not up there yet, I just had to put it up there to get it all sized up. Oh, it was so fun. No, it wasn't. It was, it had a million signs. I mean, a million signs. They were handmade iron metal signs that they had cut and made. And they didn't even have, it's Merry and Christmas, 2 signs. Fits across my whole house outside. And so they hadn't even had time to hang they had hung the Christmas, but they didn't hang the Merry. And I said, I want that. And I thought it was just the Christmas, and I was all excited about the Christmas. And she says, oh yeah, I haven't had time to hang up the Merry yet. And I said, what? There's a Merry? And so I'm like, oh my goodness. I had to have it. It reminded me of my sister. And my sister loved Christmas, and she loved big signs and stuff. And so it's just my little Rosie memory. My sister was Rosie. So she is not here any longer. So it's my little memory of her that I decided to. And it's so hard to get, for me to get Christmas stuff up. Usually I you know, had to fight with the cat for a few years till he's, oh, you're resting now. Yay. Been buying appliances. Oh my. You know what I hate about that is they don't let you buy white hardly anymore. And that just irks me to no end because we were talking about this the other day that I used to sell Norwex, which is, you know, like cleaning cloths and stuff. And people would complain all the time about stainless steel. Oh my gosh, can't clean stainless steel. What can you do for stainless steel? Over and over. Issues. And the other thing was granite tops. Everybody complained, I don't know what to use to clean it, you know. So I told myself I wasn't going to have either when I built my house, and I didn't. So there you go. Sewing mitts for Christmas. Awesome. Cute. You guys like this idea? I mean, I just thought it was cute adding the, you know, kind of gives a layered look and an element. If you do, give me a thumbs up, y'all. I'd be happy to. I love it when I get thumbs up. I love it when you guys comment, you know, later afterwards. If you guys are watching me, not now, but later, throw me in a comment. I like it. I like it a lot. I'd never thought about this press and seal on here, but by George, it works. It works well, actually. And I know you don't need it, but I don't want to clean up Fabri-Tac, so there you go. You're in love with your granite and stainless steel? Well, you go, girl, because I've just heard horror mysteries about, or not mysteries, stories about cleaning. So I just told myself I wasn't gonna have it. I didn't care for it anyway. I wanted white. I love white. Oh, would you look at that? That needs a hole out of it. Get out of there. Didn't even know that. Now we do. Now we got to get some ookie gookie in there. It'd be fine. Anyway. Went to my swim class this morning. It was really sad because found out yesterday one of the ladies that, you know, is a lot of fun, passed away, just dropped dead. And wasn't any sign of, you know, having a health issue. She was 61, and I'm like, oh my word, that is just so sad. Makes me very sad. So it was a sad morning this morning at my swim. If you have a clean tip when you're doing this, it does help. Put some lotion on your hands before you begin, you know, so you can get nice and clean. You can get the Fabri-Tac off of your fingers, and you can see how that's clumped on. Just use your, I'm trying to go, but it's just being gnarly. Oh, really? This is what we're going to do. See, this is why I don't like wearing rings, and I went to the store and didn't take them off. I don't like glue on my rings. Fabri-Tac does give you enough time to play, though, with stuff. Okay, I'm going to start near the bottom, but somewhere where it's inconspicuous. I want to turn that. There we go. Let go of my fingers. Really? The jute wants to play follow me around. It does. Viola, you know, you should come to my retreat. I'm having. Remind me to tell you about it. You may want to come. I'd love to have you. Let's see. Okay. When you get to the edge, just give it a little sideways nip. Oh, okay. Remind me. You guys help me remember. Oh my goodness. I was just sitting here thinking about that. That's where I met Viola, was at a retreat. And how fun is that, you know? If you guys haven't ever gone to a retreat, you should do it, because it's a lot of fun and you meet so many nice people. Don't know about the mean ones. Haven't been to one that I've met mean people yet. That way we get the glossy stuff out of here. See, that pushes that under the other, and then you just kind of keep it a-going. Make it round, not like oblong. You like your stainless steel as well? Okay, well, I'm glad. I just, you know, it might be the difference. Maybe they have improved things. I haven't sold Norwex for years, so there's that. This looks fuzzy over here. And where did I get it? I got it over here. So I want to put a little touch of glue right here on this edge, just to seal up that, see, so it doesn't get all fluffy. Do you guys have any other ideas for these? Besides putting a little piece of fabric or making a dangle or just using as is? I mean, you can make a cluster out of them for sure. You know, I love clusters. That's my favorite thing to do. But many ideas you could just go. Now, using the layers of glue, you might have to play with it as it dries, because it kind of gets a little bit, you know, the glue kind of makes it curl a little bit, depending what kind of glue you're using, of course. But what I did was I used the Temu paper, and I cut out the circle, and then I used these, and I would put just PVA glue, and I'd smear it around my finger, and then I would touch the other thing and plop it on there. That's what I did. And I'm letting them, I did them ahead of time. I was just going to do them. You know how it is while you're sitting here waiting for your live to go. Maybe you don't. But anyway, it's, I was just sitting here and thinking, you know what? I should make it at least a few of these. And then I was going to punch my punch through it, and it was so wet it didn't. And I'm like, oh gosh, don't ruin my punch. No. And so I decided I better do all of the gluing, sitting, and letting it dry a little bit before in case I make some more of these. So there you go. Anyway, let's go that direction, shall we? Oh, I have a visitor. My kitty cat come to visit me. You know why? He wants FOOD. But he is way early, so he can't have any. I think I'll put it right yonder. You could add words on these, or just whatever. I just liked them because they're already, you know, a lot of these pages in they already have like text and picture and overlap and all that jazz, and it just easy peasy. That's why. Sam, have you moved into a new house? I'm not up to date on your dealy bob. Why you're buying? It's your old house and you're just buying new appliances because they only last 5 years. Is that the problem? My washer's already making horrible noises. I'm like, well, you know what? We bought a brand new washer. I had gone out of town. think it was when one of my family members was passing away, and I had gone out of town. My husband had stayed home with my kitty, and so he was here. Oh, and we were supposed to get him delivered. We had waited weeks and weeks. It was like the COVID thing, you know, where we had waited and waited and waited on our appliances to get here. So, and nothing happens fast in Minnesota, in our town here anyway. And so he calls me and he says, I can't get this to work. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't get it to work? He goes, I can't get it to work. So he, like, you know, FaceTime me. And I'm like, you just push that. And he's like, it's not working. Well, you know what? Dumb thing didn't work from the get-go. We had to have a serviceman come out before we could even use our washer. How ridiculous is that? And I never knew this. You know, you assume that, you know, doors can open either direction, but the microwaves do not come where they make two directions. You can only open to the left. Had I known that, I would not have put my microwave where I am. 1998, that's pretty good. Wow, good for you. We had a refrigerator that lasted about 5 years and pooped on us, but it was a Samsung. I've heard nothing but bad about Samsung and LG, so we said no more Samsung refrigerator or LG refrigerator. Forget it. Not happening. So that looks kind of lopsy-sopsies. Let's put it this way. Oh, that seems a little bit. Well, we wouldn't have changed. You know, you pay a lot of money for a refrigerator and then have it go bad in 5 years. That didn't even, that's like, I think we paid $2,500 for the refrigerator we got at the time. And then it went bad 5 years later. So therefore, you know, we got maybe $500 a year. Shoot, that's expensive for a refrigerator. You know it? Very much so. Yeah, I don't want to change again. But we've had issues with all of our new appliances, pretty much. Not good track record. Kind of sad that they sell garbage now. Yeah, Frigidaire is what we went with too. I think on most of our appliances anyway, we have Frigidaire. You know, when you shop for appliances, what you need to do, I learned this a long time ago, is you need to ask them which ones come back, because that's the ones you don't want. How many repairs are called on whatever refrigerator, you know? Do you have people that bring them back or have issues from the get-go? And so that helped us when I did that. You know, that makes, I'm going to make it go down instead of up. I know some people don't like it. It's Joy's project, though. All right, here we go. Where are the tweezers? I didn't put them up. Here they are. I'm going to put it this way. Put them back in the thing. Always keep their spot. I could do, I know this is repetitive and probably boring, but these don't have to have all the extra stuff on them, but we could glossy accent these different ones. So, dun, 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 dun. La, dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. What'd y'all have for supper tonight? We had leftover lasagna. Come on, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell off. Joy almost fell asleep on the way home this morning from, man, you know, you're driving, you get all cozy warm in your vehicle. You got the little warming seat on. All this stuff. And then, man, I'm going to do over here, I think. I did not want to get up this morning, but I only have 2 days left of my swim that I can go to, so I'm going to go tomorrow too. Uh-oh. You see how I picked that up and moved it over? Keep some lotion on your hand so the jute doesn't stick to your finger paws as bad. Marinate. Oh, that sounds good. Marinated chicken with roasted butternut squash. Oh my goodness. I want to come to your house. Yummy. Whoops. I had to cover the air conditioner up. Oh, I was a busy beaver. Bring all my plants in, you guys. I'm going to attempt, I say, to keep a couple begonias alive through the winter in my basement. I don't know. We'll see. I will report next year. I set myself a little alarm for the A-girl, you know, that one we talked to, and I said, make me an appointment to do this. That kind of got a little bit shy. I might have cut it a little short. Leftover Applebee's. Man, do you know that was my honey and my first date was Applebee's. We don't even have one up here. I want that squished. We used to go back and sit in the same spot on our anniversary that we met for fun. Okay. We did go by today and we bought some theater tickets. Okay, this is a little long on this side. I might just cut it off. Or I might not worry about it. You never know. So probably before I do these, I should probably go ahead and either stamp on the back of them or add another page on the back of them. And that way they're plain, you know. I think I'll do that before I actually mosey. Okay, and then I might glossy accent. My nose is itching like a crazy woman. I woke up this morning with allergies and asthma giving me grief. I said, yep, winter's here. Yay me. I don't ever use these Temu papers, so I thought I was going through Pinterest and I saw this. I had pinned it to my board. So you know how it is when you're going through Pinterest and you're trying to find new ideas, and you keep pinning stuff, but you never go back and look at your stuff that you pinned. There's a lot of goo-goo on there. Let's get some of that goo-goo off. Yeah. Look at that mess. It's just coming out like a faucet. Anyway, yeah. Yee. All right. I don't know. That's got a lot of goo. Let's have the first and the end on that edge. I'm going to take that in and push it out. And then I can just wipe it off when I'm done. Oh, now I might have that one too long. The other one was too short. Oh, maybe not. Here, I can scoot it out. I can scoot it. Hold on, I saw somebody posted something, but I didn't see it because I'm in the middle of this. In the middle of this. That might need a little bit off of there. It's a little gnarly. I think it's too much. Need to play cut. Perfect. You haven't been on Pinterest? Oh my goodness. That's my go-to every week to find something new and old. I love Pinterest. You know, there must be nobody on Pinterest because I sure do post a lot and I don't ever get any likes or, you know, but I'm kind of guilty of that too, actually. I can't complain too much because when I'm scrolling, I'm just scrolling to, you know, look. And if it's really got to be something awesome for me to pin it. But I do love to look. And I have pinned a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff in my junk journaling. So I'm JJ with Joy everywhere you look. So in case you're wondering, I'm on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, here, Facebook, blah, 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 blah. You know, all of them. I'm everywhere. Okay. It looks homemade, doesn't it? You go there all the time. It's so much commercial stuff. You know, I always click on the junk journal button to see what I can find. That's what I do. What else do you do, Trisha? Just curious. If I'm nosy, say, quit being so nosy, Joy. And I will. I'll be a good girl. I see a little dot of I don't want right there. A little dot of I don't want. There. Good. Oh, here we go. Zippity-doo-dah already. Go fast. Zoom, zoom. And, of course, it got off. It's okay. I hate when your glue gets all farty and starts. It's like a certain place of the glue when you get to it. And then it continually farts and does nothing except fart. It's like either 1/4 down or 3/4 down. I don't know. Have you guys found that to be true? I do. Okay, we're gonna start over here. Scoot it out. Scoot it out. This is kind of meditative, really. Doing this, I kind of like it. I like it. I haven't done anything. I don't think I've ever, well, done these before anyway. I think my honey's going to take me to see Regretting You tomorrow. I love reading Colleen Hoover books. And her movie, they made a movie out of her book. And I'm a new reader. So therefore, I am wanting to, and you know, I've always heard that the book's always better than the movie, but I kind of wanted to judge myself, you know, and see. It'd be my first book that I've read that they've turned into a movie while I've read it. So there you go. Oh, you work on a farm. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of work. Wait a minute, I have to finish this before I can read the rest of your post. I'll get there, though. Just give me a minute. You know, something else you could do? You could glossy accent the whole inside of that. Looky there, Miss Princess Loft showed up today. Welcome in, Elizabeth. You're living on a farm, and by the time I come in, it was dark. I understand. I understand. Oh my gosh, do I ever. And this being dark early. Ooh, boy. Challenge. Challenge, challenge. I've been trying to get all my work done, and I haven't. Let's just be honest. I haven't. I did get some wood in today that I had forgotten I had chopped. We had a tree fall last winter in our backyard, and so I chopped it up early this spring. So anyway, okay, how many? I want to do this one. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Look at me. Woohoo! Me too. I do love it, but you know, there's just some days you just don't wanna. And I would say it loud enough, but I could whisper I love mowing, but I won't tell my husband that. Don't know if y'all hear that. Anyway, because I do everything else. It's gonna, you know, I don't want to do that too. Here we go. Rollin', 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 them doggies rollin', rawhide. I do want to get a, I want to get a four-wheeler. That's what I want. So last year I had my Honey Buy Me cart, thinking that we were also going to buy a our tractor, our little tractor, kind of shot garbage. So I thought we were gonna buy a new one of those, but instead we bought a 360 mower, and that does not help Joy with her yard work. So there's that. There's a lot of goo-goo right there. Lots of goo-goo. So what kind of farm do you have? Do you have animals? I'm assuming a lot of times people think that a farm is only animals, but that is not true. But, you know, thought I'd ask. If you're up until dark, you know, hey. My dad had 20 acres, well, 19 acres of garden. And he definitely was there until dark every night. And then he would come in, eat supper, and go to bed. Pretty much. And I always liked winter. Now, a mixed farm. I have never heard a farm called mixed. So I don't know what that means, but you got animals. I know you got animals. Oh, critters and grain. Oh, grain. Gotcha. Okay. What kind of critters you got? How fun. How sad. How fun. Let me make up my mind. Okay. And a little dab right here. Get the goobers off the desk. Jeez, there's enough of those for sure. Where's the end? Can I even tell? I thought it was, oh, it's where my thumb's at. Here it is. I found it. Anytime you have a thread ending, you need to put a little glue on it of some sort, or burn it. One of the two. Organic. Oh my. Where do you live at, Trisha? What state? Horses, cows, dogs, husband. Cats. Meow. I used to think I wanted like chickens, and I never wanted a horse. I've always been scared of horses. It goes back to my childhood. Never wanted a cow. My dad let me tell you this story. My dad went and bought a calf, and he was going to bring it home, but he didn't have anything to bring it home in. So he had an old car, and he cut off the top of the car. And oh man. Oh, in Canada. Oh my, quit. Gee, many. Okay, we're getting rid of that, starting over. So he cut off the top of the car, and so then he brought this calf home. I was in the back seat with it, and I think my brother was in the front seat with it. And so his feet, front feet were in the front seat, and his back feet were in the back seat with me. And yeah, that was my daddy. They taste good. Yeah, they do. They do. They're expensive now, man. My cousin, I would have never in my life figured my cousin for being a cow farmer, but he was. They quit this last year anyway. Sold all their cows. Tired of it. Had a big farm. They just wanted to do something else. I don't know what they're doing now. Oh well, he's got another job anyway. But that's too long. Let's do better, Joy. And anyway, I would have never pinned him for a farmer of any sort. But I should have, He was kind of an ornery cousin. He was always the bully. I called him the bully. He was always ornery to me. We all have that cousin that's ornery, don't we? And his brother was so sweet to me. There's 3 brothers. So the middle one was the ornery one that always hung out with my brother. And when they hang out with your brother, they become even more ornery. And the youngest, and I was the youngest, so he was my bud. And then the oldest was just, there. I mean, there was 2 years between them. They weren't that much, that far off in age from us, So it was fine. It was a lot of fun. I love cousins, man. I love my cousins. Love having fun with them. They were always at our house because, we had the 20 acres. And we had everything. Not everything. My dad usually did 10 acres of corn. And then when he got older and couldn't do it any longer, he got soybeans. But he had like an acre of tomatoes, and blackberries and grapes and squash, green peppers, and you name it. Oh my gosh, we had so much stuff. Let me unroll this. I got 2 to go. And then we're going to do something with them. Maybe. We'll see. I might do up some glossy accent on some of these plain ones. Here we go, round and round. Oh, don't go through the middle. No. Come on. It's a gooing everywhere. Will you stop forever? More. Yeah. Okay. Oops. I didn't get enough out. Shh. Really? Okay. Nervous breakdown time here. Come on. Not really. I need to get that off of there before it dries. I want that rubbed on. The good thing about these Temu papers is that it kind of rubs off of them easier. This junk. Fabri-Tac. That's that junk. case you're curious. Get out of my face. See, I'm starting to have issues because my glue is, you know, stuff I put on my finger. What's that stuff called? Lotion. My lotion is about rubbed off of my hands from playing with the glue, and so therefore I need to re-lotion so I can quit having grief with these. Always a little something something you can do, right? Okay. I only got one to go though, so maybe I won't do more lotion. And then again, you never know. Maybe I should. You know, I'm going to pull this out and just kind of pre-cut it so I don't have to deal with such a long string. That'll help, right? Now, I cut the top of my Fabri-Tac at an angle, and I like it better. It really is a lot better to do it that way. Hang on. We have to get rid of this because it's like dragging it and making it there. See how smooth it is? Get rid of the gunky junk. Did I put anybody to sleep yet? This is your monotone voice telling you you're tired. You need to lay back in the chair and rest. Take a moment for yourself and think of the day. Enjoy. Now I know you guys are asleep. Thanks, T. T's still awake. You're the one that I would have thought would have fallen asleep. Did you work today? Come on. Connie, laugh at me too. I had 2 coffees. I'm awake now. Oh, throw the scissors on the floor. Why not? Come on. Over there. Over there. Yay. Ah, there you go. Oh, that's right. You said that. I heard you say that in your live. I did. Yeah, you went to New Hampshire. I'm jealous. Was there any pretties still, or is it already gone by now? I hear in Kansas City that they're finally changing. So, slowly but surely. I wanted to do New Hampshire. I do in the fall. I really do. It's one of my, it's on my bucket list. I'll get there years from now. Who knows? I can't tell where. Oh, maybe right there. I'm like, where did I stop? It was pretty. Yay. It's right there. Boy, I did a good job. I could barely see that. I could barely figure out where that was at. Okay, what should we make out of these? You want to make dangles or you want to make... I just got 5 minutes. Uh-oh. Don't you do it. There. Excuse me. I gotta save that. This one's kind of boring. I might put something pretty on it because that one is... Oh, look at that. It's supposed to go that way, this way. I don't know. Maybe I should glossy accent. I think I should do the backs before I do anything. Well, unless I add... If I add fabric on it, you don't need to do the back. So see, I might be just wasting my paper. I don't know. Maybe I should just quit. Anyway, here, I'll just quit. You guys can go do you. Oops, there they are. That was the original one as a suggestion. There was the next one. And then you can just leave it plain. So that's 3 ideas. You can certainly do them bigger. You can do whatever. And then I really like this one. And I like this one. And so add your little elements on there. And again, you don't have to have them, you can go off the page. You do want them to be kind of to the size of what they are. I think I'm going to glossy accent these to make them pop a little bit more. And that one's Oop, I'm sorry. Whoops. I hate that my cord has to be over there. I'm not left-handed, and yeah, that works. All right, so we have Plano, Plano, Plano. Plano, Plano. And Mr. Plano. There we are. Anyway, little coin-like ideas. I hope you enjoyed them. And I hope that I've got a video to post the next time, what is today, Monday? On Thursday, I have a video posting. But after that, I don't know how much my recovery time is going to be. So I'll be back as soon as I can. Just hang out and wait on joy, okay? Don't fall asleep, though. All right, anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't and you want to see more, you know, subscribe, ring the bell, choose all, blah, 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 blah. There you go. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great evening.